Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Boom. Today, we're going to explore something that can change the way you learn and use English forever. Learning how to think in English. Many learners struggle with speaking because they translate every thought from their native language into English. This slows you down, reduces confidence, and increases mistakes. But if you can think directly in English, your speech will become natural and smooth. Think about how you learned your first language. You didn't study grammar rules first. You observed, repeated, and associated words with actions and feelings. The same approach works for English. Your goal is to teach your brain to stay in English even for a few minutes each day. Start small. Notice actions and describe them in English. If you see a dog running, think dog runs. If someone is reading a book, think she is reading. Practicing this daily builds the habit of thinking in English without translating. Next, focus on nouns, the people, places, and objects around you. If you're in a cafe, mentally name everything: table, cup, chair, menu. Even at home, you can describe your surroundings in English. The laptop, the window, the lamp. By constantly naming things in English, your mind begins to connect ideas directly to the language. Combine verbs and nouns to create simple sentences. The child is playing. The sun is shining. I am drinking coffee. Short sentences are powerful because they train your brain to form complete thoughts in English. Over time, you can expand these sentences into longer descriptions, stories, and reflections. Start observing your environment everywhere, in parks, streets, stores, or online pictures. Describe what you see and feel. Imagine situations and tell short stories in English. These exercises are simple but effective for building natural English thinking. Remember, the goal is consistency, not perfection. Mistakes are part of the process. Every time you practice thinking in English, you are building fluency from the inside out. By the end of today's session, start with just 5 minutes of English thinking. Describe your surroundings, imagine a short story, or reflect on a memory in English. Every small step builds a stronger English mind. This is the foundation of fluency: observing, naming, describing, and connecting thoughts in English. In Part 2, we'll explore practical exercises to make thinking in English a daily habit, turning these small steps into consistent progress. Now that you understand the basics of thinking in English, it's time to put it into practice. The key is daily exposure and repetition. Fluency comes not from knowing everything, but from using English regularly. One of the easiest exercises is talking to yourself in English. Describe what you are doing, thinking, or feeling. For example, if you are cooking, say, I am chopping vegetables. The water is boiling. I am adding salt. If you are walking, think. The sun is bright. People are walking fast. The traffic is loud. This trains your brain to link English words directly with real experiences. You can also practice mini narrations. Tell a short story about your day or an event. For instance, yesterday I went to the park. I saw children playing with a ball. A dog was running near the fountain. I sat on a bench and read a book. Mini narrations strengthen your ability to connect ideas in English naturally. Another effective method is visual description. Look around you or at a picture and describe everything in English. Start with simple words. There is a table. The chair is brown. The window is open. Then add details. The sunlight is bright and warm. The book on the table looks old. Describing with detail helps your mind think in full English sentences. Inner dialogue is another powerful tool. Imagine conversations in English. Ask and answer questions in your mind. How are you? I am good, thank you. How about you? What will you do today? I will study English and practice speaking. This prepares your brain for real-life conversations. Immersing yourself in English is also crucial. Listen to podcasts, watch videos, read articles, or follow English social media. Your brain absorbs patterns, phrases, and pronunciation naturally. You don't need to understand every word. Your mind starts thinking in English automatically. Labeling your environment can reinforce vocabulary. Stick notes on objects in your room with their English names: mirror, door, chair, lamp. Change your phone or computer settings to English. These small changes provide daily practice and reinforce your mental English connections. Writing a daily journal is another effective exercise. Describe your day in English. This morning, I walked in the park. The weather was nice. I met my friend for coffee. We talked about work and plans for the weekend. Short. Consistent writing helps you structure sentences and think fluently in English. Question thinking is another method. Ask yourself simple questions in English and answer immediately. What am I doing? I am cooking breakfast. How do I feel? I feel happy. These exercises keep your brain actively forming English thoughts throughout the day. Always connect new words or expressions to situations. If you learn borrow, think, can I borrow your pen? If you learn crowded, imagine a busy street. Connecting vocabulary with context makes thinking in English faster and more natural. Finally, remember patience and consistency. Even a few minutes of English thinking daily builds fluency over time. Mistakes are opportunities to grow, and small daily actions accumulate into major progress. By now, you've learned to notice actions, name objects, describe your surroundings, and use short sentences in English. The next step is to connect these ideas naturally, forming longer sentences and paragraphs. This is what makes your thinking flow in English and prepares you to speak fluently. Start by linking simple sentences. For example, if you're in a park, you might first think, the sun is shining. Children are playing. People are walking dogs. Now try to combine them. The sun is shining and children are playing while people walk their dogs around the park. Connecting sentences like this teaches your brain to think in English without stopping to translate. Once you are comfortable with short connections, expand into paragraphs. A paragraph is just a group of sentences describing one scene, event, or idea. For example, imagine a cafe. I am sitting at a small table by the window. The cafe is warm and cozy. Soft music is playing in the background. Outside, people ride bicycles along the street. The sky is cloudy and it looks like rain might come soon. A couple at the next table is chatting quietly while someone reads a book. Notice how this paragraph flows naturally. It combines verbs, nouns, and short sentences into a complete thought. Practicing this regularly trains your brain to think in English in a structured way, just like a native speaker. Another technique is storytelling. You can create small stories in English using everyday experiences or imagination. For example, yesterday I went to the market. It was crowded but lively. A man was selling fresh fruits, and children were running between the stalls. I bought some apples and walked home, enjoying the sunny weather. On my way, I met a friend and we talked about our plans for the weekend. Stories help your brain practice connecting ideas, sequencing events, and expressing emotions, all in English. You don't need perfect grammar or advanced vocabulary. Focus on fluency and clarity first. Your accuracy will improve naturally over time. You can also practice describing past experiences or future plans. For example, last summer I traveled to the mountains. The air was cool and the view was amazing. We stayed in a small cabin surrounded by trees. I woke up early every day to watch the sunrise, and in the evenings we sat by the fire talking and laughing. I want to visit the mountains again next year because it was such a peaceful experience. Describing past and future events teaches your brain to use different tenses naturally while keeping your thoughts in English. It also strengthens storytelling skills, which are essential for fluency. Another useful method is comparison paragraphs. Comparing two things helps you think critically and use English in a more complex way. For example, London and Rome are both amazing cities, but very different. London is modern, busy, and full of tall buildings, while Rome is historic, relaxed, and full of narrow streets and ancient ruins. In London, people walk fast, and the traffic is loud. In Rome, people take their time, enjoy coffee, and stroll through plazas. Comparisons force your brain to organize ideas clearly in English, which is excellent for thinking fluently and speaking confidently. You can also describe your emotions and thoughts in paragraphs. For example, "Today was challenging. I had a lot of work to finish and it felt stressful at first. But as I focused, I completed my tasks successfully. I felt proud of my progress. In the evening, I relaxed by reading a book and listening to music. It felt good to take a break and enjoy the quiet." This kind of emotional reflection helps your brain use English in personal and meaningful ways. You're not just forming sentences, you're expressing your experiences, feelings, and ideas entirely in English. One advanced tip is to practice chains of thought. Start with one idea, then expand naturally. I woke up early. The sun was shining. I decided to go for a walk. On my way, I saw a park full of people exercising. A dog chased a ball, and children laughed near the fountain. I felt happy to see so many people enjoying the morning. Notice how one sentence leads naturally to the next. This is how fluent thinking in English works. Your mind doesn't pause between words. Ideas flow naturally. Finally, combine all the techniques: description, storytelling, reflection, and comparison. Spend a few minutes each day forming paragraphs in your mind or writing them down. Start small, then gradually expand. You can describe your day, a scene, a memory, a goal, or even an imaginary story. The key is to stay in English without translating. Over time, this practice will make English thinking automatic. You will naturally form sentences, connect ideas, and express your thoughts clearly and fluently. By now, you know how to notice actions, name things, form sentences, and build paragraphs in English. The last step is about mindset and consistency, which are essential for real fluency. First, remember that mistakes are normal. Every learner makes them. Don't worry about being perfect. Every time you speak, write, or think in English, you are training your brain. Mistakes are proof that you are learning and improving. Confidence is key. Speak or think in English even if it feels difficult. Focus on communicating, not perfection. Native speakers care more about understanding you than flawless grammar. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. Daily habits make the biggest difference. Start small. Describe your surroundings, narrate your actions, or tell a short story in English. Use small pockets of time during the day, walking, cooking, waiting, to practice. Even 10 minutes daily builds real progress. Journaling is another powerful tool. Write about your day in English. This morning I walked in the park. The sun was shining and people were exercising. I had breakfast, met a friend, and relaxed in the evening. This connects your thoughts, emotions, and language naturally. Immerse yourself in English as much as possible. Listen to podcasts, watch videos, or read articles. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Your brain will absorb patterns, phrases, and sentence structures naturally. Shadowing is also useful. Listen to English and repeat it immediately, copying pronunciation and rhythm. This trains your mind and mouth to work together in English. Set small goals every day. Describe 5 things in English, tell a short story, or reflect on your day. These micro-successes build confidence and make fluency feel achievable. Consistency matters more than long sessions. Practicing a little every day is far more effective than occasional long hours. Build a routine, stay curious, and make English part of your daily life. Finally, imagine yourself thinking, speaking, and expressing your feelings in English naturally. This is the result of daily practice, small steps, and persistence. Every sentence, every paragraph, every story you think in English brings you closer to fluency. Start today. Speak to yourself. Write, describe, imagine, and immerse yourself in English. Your journey to thinking fluently in English starts now, and every small effort counts. Thank you for watching English Boom. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Your English will improve every day if you keep thinking in English.